The Mongols don't mind going without nades on these pistol rounds, though, and they've done it again. Full Kevlar.
I'm telling you, man. Name value can only take you so far. Don't underestimate the underdogs, the up-and-comers, the rising talent in Mongolz, especially on the CT side of Overpass. We mentioned the... okay, they're not live, so there'll be a quick reset. I mentioned the Mongols on the CT side. We saw it on Mirage again. Those two-man setups where only one man appears can be game changers. Certainly was for Mongolz in a few situations around jungle on Mirage, but against Furia, we saw it on Overpass working wonders. Two men in the water, only one person showing. Second person just cleans up multi-frags as they look elsewhere. These little things can have such a big impact if they happen at the correct time. We'll see if they're able to do that once again by Heroic. They'll start to learn, but still difficult to deal with. And of course, there's more than that for Mongolz. They have a great sense for timing with urgency in some of these scenarios.
That's a stab. 9-10's down to 39.
Oh dear.
Ouch.
Dear, oh dear.
Well, that's not the ideal start. But the A players are still full on health and they'll be fighting.
Why you clicky the mousey? He'll be wondering. See if he survives. Promising start for Mongolz in this pistol round of Overpass. Hasteka trying to finish off the job there. Heroic being careful. It's awkward now. Have a look at mZeno. He's almost in T-spawn on the pistol round with over a minute on the clock. These guys don't give a monkeys about Heroic.
mZeno especially. He's had some crazy pushes. They're holding for it though. Oh, not any longer. Do they keep checking their back? That's the question.
Oh,
they still are.
Really wondering. Oh my god. What is the play then? You see a guy in T-spawn. What is your play? Oh, Cadian dropped. And now the bomb is in a very awkward position. And Yabi's got to go and retrieve it. There's flashes as well, which is going to slow things down. A stalemate's on long. Maybe the round ends in this position. Blitz by the tree is wasting their time, essentially, as Yabi starts to swing. And now we're down to a 2-on-2. 30 seconds. They know the T's are in T-spawn. What do Mongolz choose to do? Techno and 9-10. Such guesswork. They're brave enough to not focus on playing together. 9-10 coming from long after all those frags. Can you surely expect this? Oh my. The discipline to just allow them to go past. Do they go for the default plant or will it be the truck? If it's default, then they're going to be in trouble. Oi. It's going to start taking some pot shots with 4 seconds. They have to get this bomb plant. They will. Smoke is up. Techno coming in from B. Wondering about back. Just about squeezing that frag. 1 HP for him. 9-10 creeping around the smoke. Clearing the corners. There's one by the truck. There's a flashbang. And Heroic turn it around. So much action on long. The cerebral work starts early.
Oh, so unfortunate there for 9-10. If that's a rifle round, it's just so easy when you're flanking bathrooms. You can just spray to the body. But instead, with the pistol, he takes the shot maybe a little too soon. Maybe could have just waited a little longer and actually tried to line it up because they clearly had no idea he was in behind them. And Heroic getting hype after that round win. That's a frustrating round for the Mongols to lose. They'll try and bounce right back with the force. Good flash. 9-10 falls back. Meanwhile, aggression will work okay. A 1-for-1 trade. And a Galil recovered.
I love how Heroic just appear on stairs in Mirage from the T side. Just hop through Monster, have a look towards barrels and fall out again. On this occasion, just to re-emerge. Cadian's got the grenades at the back with the MAC-10. He'll have the flashes for the squad. Front of the pillar for the second one. There'll be a trade for Tesses and some space created on the B-bomb site. 3-on-3 though, with a scout in the hands of 9-10. It is entertainingly awkward for Heroic. If you're a spectator, this could be an interesting one. Zeno could take advantage of these distractions being run. Heading towards Monster for the time being. He'll have to wait up that smoke, surely. How far does Blitz go? Does he want an angle on the bomb site? Or is he trying to hold on to the rifle? Clock is ticking. Might be a question of trying to make it more expensive for Heroic at this point.
I think that is all they can hope for. And I'm not entirely sure where Heroic are planning on exiting here. The bomb is planted back towards Pillar, so maybe you can exit through CT a little more comfortably. Bomb's about to blow. Heroic will be fine in this corner. So Heroic up by 2 early. Pistol round getting quite chaotic, but that one a little more comfortable for Heroic. Opening game here for Heroic at Cologne. They didn't play in the play-in stage because they are such a highly ranked team. Maybe needing some warming up before they can take on the Mongolz here. That first map went against them. Normally such a well-rounded team. Meanwhile for the Mongolz, I love that Ades pointed out, has Tekka, normally such a low frag, and great on that first map. Hoping to see more of that team effort. That scout has not worked out for 9-10 early though. Solid utility from Heroic. And it was a B stack for the rest of the Mongolz. So they might need to adjust that now.
Safety in numbers for Heroic.
Mousinho's pushing again. Info's good this time though. It's allowed an A stack.
Such a long rotation. When you're in T-spawn, connector will be a question mark as well. Heroic will telegraph their intentions with these grenades, and Mongolz will be able to reposition to some degree. Azteca will have the shadows coming his way, and that will certainly help him. So will Blitz, pre-firing and baiting, allowing Azteca to swing if he wants to. Down alone with the bomb, has to be nervous. 3 on 2. Blitz though, 1v3 on the bomb site. Mzino coming in from the back, cutting the noise now, picking up the Desert Eagle. Going ahead of the smoke, and the headshot angle will be enough. Yabi getting the last kill actually from the dice, shooting the bodies of the opponent as well. They are feeling this one. They know they have a great challenge ahead of them in Mongolz, but 3-0 is a good start for Heroic.
Some of these aggressions from the Mongolz are really working to get them the information. And Zinio got in behind. Again, I think if he had a rifle, he'd have got kills there, but he fired that MAC-10 a little too soon at long range. So we'll see if the Mongolz can keep up those flanks and those info plays into the gun round. Monster smoke down early, as is standard. 9-10 is pushing aggressively up A long, though. It's Heroic. Oh, you don't see that land too often. That has Tekka out of the round.
Too late for the amber lamps. Blitz holding down connector in the meantime. Smokes up and connector. Did he in a monster tunnel, actually? How on earth has Yabi found a frag there? Techno felt like he heard the tagging from the shots, but they've lost the B bomb sites anyway. They've lost position, but it is a 3-on-3, and there are grenades. They could have an airstrike of their own, but I don't think that one's going to find the right angle. Second one as well. That's good information for Heroic. 2 players up top, 9-10 on the way. Mongolz without kits, deciding they don't have enough to go for this one. Unreal frag in that monster tunnel. That is the deciding factor in this one, I think.
Yeah, I can't blame the Mongolz for saving here. 3v3, it always looks appealing. It always looks tempting. But if you save 3 guns, you can normally subsidize another buy. And great work from Heroic. A faster play in towards B. Always nice when their nades land. You want your info? Well, it's going to cost you. And the shot from Yabi just gets them into the site so quickly. So the Mongolz not allowed to go for those information plays, just with how fast the play was from Heroic into B. I wonder if that was a call where once you get the nade kills, that's when you say, let's go. That was maybe the go signal. Either way, 4-0 up. Heroic looking good early. See if the Mongolz can start to put up a fight. Wow.
It's a promising start from Blitz. Very promising indeed. Such an important player for Mongolz. Had a great performance so far. What we've seen of him in these days. Dropped in that short tunnel. Probably the wallbang through the wood panel then. How do Heroic respond? Zeno creeping around the bogs. We've got more grenades from Heroic. Dodged by Mongolz, but there'll be warning signs. They've established a lot of presence around the B bomb site, but now start to focus on A. And Zeno could be in trouble here because we've got Tesses creeping on long. It might be a read as to what Mongolz like to do. Tesses continuing to get closer to Zeno's position. Focus on that longer area though. 9-10 forced away towards bank, but Zeno's going to be really important here. And Tesses might miss him completely. How does this one play out then? Zeno coming in as Blitz is buying time for his team. He's got his opponent off the bomb.
Oh.
And Zeno's coming in from the back. They're going to line up for it. Easy for Zeno. Where is Tesses then? On the site, 1 versus 4. 9-10 touching the flames. So many angles to look at. Tesses has surely no chance in this one. Going for that 180. Denied at the stairs. Didn't see anything there. Passing ships in the night. In this occasion, it goes in Mongol's favor. And they'll finally find their first round.
Zeno's positioning is crazy. He just keeps getting behind them. 16 years old, by the way, Zeno.
16?
16.
He's a baby.
Playing
versus Heroic with nerves of steel.
So sick.
Too young for pressure.
Honestly, I wonder if that is part of it. Like, he doesn't even know that he's just getting in behind them. He's like, this is just how I play, man. I don't care.
His brain is still forming.
Big ol' run boost for 9-10. See if Heroic are ready for him on this side.
What is he?
What's he thinking about it?
So aggressive. Wonder if he heard something, maybe. That is a specific grenade. Maybe a warning to Heroic. They're really focused on these grenade lineups, Heroic. We've seen 2 different ones, and that would be a 3rd. They've got a big focus on this B bomb site. I think all these airstrikes will be quite telling to Mongolz as to the intentions of Heroic in this half. Mongolz, kings of holding on to their utility, and what we've seen so far this week. Look to deploy some more smoke soon. Techno very close to that tunnel. This Heroic have big presence in short B. How does this one play out? 3 players around Monster for Mongolz. Surely Heroic won't expect all these players. 9-10 knew that peak was coming, but they're suddenly starting to rotate. Zeno still on long for the time being. Mongolz trying to figure out what's happening here. 25 seconds to get this bomb planted. Blitz showing presence. Zeno cleaning up in the meantime. Going for that transfer. But Stan will have the time to plant that bomb. Down to a 2-on-2. No angles for Mongolz to stop him. Techno pretty far behind. He's the one with the kit. They've got to make sure he makes it to the bomb site. Cadian on long. Focused. While Stan remains alone on the bomb site. He's got to consider toilets and CT from B at the same time. Azteca swinging from back. He's been spotted, and here comes the creep from Techno. But where is Cadian? Who's the sacrifice? Trying to swing around the corner, but Cadian will deliver. 5-1, and he's feeling himself.
Yeah, Techno. Wow. Cadian's loving it. Yes. He is really going for it.
How dare you, Cadian says. How dare you?
Giving it all the sauce with the trash talk.
This is Heroic territory.
Yeah, that jump peek from Techno. I think he was trying to bait out the shot, but he didn't realize he was just going to go a bit too wide. Maybe would have been better off just trying the standard peek instead.
Cadian's offended by the audacity to try and stop him from winning the round. How dare they?
Do you not know who I am? If they didn't, they do now. Mongolz need a timeout.
Get that fire going in the veins. If that tells you anything, it tells you that Heroic know that they're being tested right now. They have got a very good opponent, but Techno showed too much. Love it.
Gotta love Cadian. Well, 5-1 lead. Mongolz have been trying these mid-round aggressions and awkward positions. They're getting competitive in these rounds, just not winning them right now. See if there's any way that that can change for them. I think they are trying to play disruptive, though, and that's what they need to do. Nade stack again. This time not on the money.
They've been watching the demos. I love it. Heroic know they're in the deep end immediately as they enter Cologne. No free wins versus the Mongolz. 3 smoke grenades in their hands. Yabi's turn to go fishing through Monster Tunnel. More utility on the way. Just trying to identify what Mongolz might be up to.
Must have heard that.
Definitely did.
Oh,
the grenades again. Forced away from the Molotov, forced into the HEs, but still standing. Is anywhere safe on that B-bomb site, I wonder? Either way, there's 40 seconds remaining for Heroic to make a play.
Yeah, they don't have many nades left, though. They've used so many towards B. They've just got a single smoke remaining on Stown. So it is going to have to be headshots here for Heroic. And a couple of players are on weaker weapons in this one. 25 seconds remaining. The Mongols have players in position on this A site. That final smoke has come in, but 9-10 might have a chance here. Zinio alongside him. And Zinio has to deliver, but the trade's solid for Heroic. Unless Blitz finds something, this round is done.
Azteca is going to have a look.
Okay. I don't think his mate's going to come help.
Yeah. Can't imagine he's pursuing this one, although Yabi going down for free might change something if they had a defuse kit. But they don't on this occasion.
Damage isn't bad. I mean, Heroic's money is still staying uncomfortable.
I feel like Mongols have had a number of narrow scenarios in some of these rounds that haven't gone their way. Like the smoke grenade at the front of the A-bomb site when time is low can be very powerful for a CT site. I feel like Virtus Pro are one of the best teams at abusing that, where they're forcing the Ts to run into a smoke, where their shadow will reveal their position before they can see anything, before they're even out of the smoke. So they just get pre-fired all day. Didn't quite work out though. Smoke could have been more menacing in that respect for the Mongols on that occasion. That second frag after the first one, what an opportunity for it. Looked quite awkward indeed for the Mongol side. So if they get another scenario like that, we'll see if adjustments will be made. They'll be on the buy though for round 8. So there'll be early utility for short B from both teams. That has been an important position for both squads.
Ooh, Azteca off angle. Maybe one that Yabi wasn't expecting. Caught off guard early in the round. And now do the Mongols want to play back, or do they want more? 9-10 had the opportunity. That's a kill you have to get, even if you're the AWPer of the team. You've got to get that spray down. Nemzinho has tried to be in these annoying positions, but this time they're wise to his tricks.
Such a hard peek from Connector. Really hard to get that timing. Might be even more difficult than trying to rotate back into jungle on a retake for a CT. What do Mongols do now? So much time on the clock for the T side when you've only got 3 players remaining. You don't want to be spread too thin. Standing his ground for now. Acadian is on the way. There's that smoke again. How will it land though? Is it going to land the right way for Azteca? It's obscuring his own vision so much. He's not going to get those shadow advantages, but now there's so much variance. Again, Tessis on that rotation. This time before the bomb is planted, dropped. 3 versus 2, advantage Mongols. So much variance with these smokes. It's down, inviting a peek. That clock will start to go red now as he finds himself at the 10-second mark and below. Tagged in the smoke, they'll hear that. What does he do? Can't save the AWP, I don't think. Just falling back, trying to survive. Again, no smokes at the front of the site, such a nuisance. They may have their own versions of it, but the effect is the same. A stunted push from the T side allowed Mongols only their 2nd round in this half.
Yeah, I think Heroic got a little lost in the sauce there. It looked like they were thinking of bringing that bomb back to B with that little time remaining, but once they lost that duel, they realized we have to go A. I also think they were a little uncomfortable because they had Cadian with the AWP towards long, so he couldn't like spam those smokes and try and help defend the bomb planter. So uncomfortable for Heroic, as is this buy. Only the saved AK of Stown in play. Everyone else is on Tech 9s. This is the opportunity here for the Mongols to really start to get some CT rounds on board.
The variance of multiple Tech 9s, though, probably one of the scariest things in Counter-Strike. And here it comes into the B-bomb site, closing the distance on the Mongols. Yabi pre-firing through the smokes down, delivering the first frag. Mongols are going to be in so much trouble now. They've lost the second one, soon to lose a third. They don't have the money to survive this, to afford this. Tech 9s are the nightmare. Sometimes the freedom of the chaos of a Tech 9 round is all you need to turn things back into your favor in devastating fashion as well.
Does feel like that B site has had some problems here for the Mongols at times. I think in that round, Stown just got a kill onto the Barrels player through the smoke. And now Heroic even hunting at the end here. They were so short on cash previously, but now they're the ones trying to punish. Zinho somehow still alive, but on 2 health, 1 health from the bomb. They might get him. Oh, he actually survives. Fair play.
Winning enough of the right rounds while Heroic, making this so hard for Mongolz on their CT side. So hard to string anything together. This will still be a dangerous round, though, for Heroic with what Mongolz are carrying. But that was an excellent response. That's the kind of grit that makes you the best team in the world. Able to win rounds like that, the unlikely rounds. Turn things back into your favor, be it low on numbers, be it low on primary weapons. 910's somewhat gone missing in this game as well. The only frag he's got, I think, is one where he was standing in that Molotov.
Yeah. Kill from Stown was crazy. I guess he just had the right angle onto Barrels, onto the right side, and just thought, I'm going to put a couple of shots here in case I hit a headshot.
Gloriously ugly. 7-2 then. This will be very encouraging for Heroic. 910 of the AWP, looking to double his kills. So Mongolz have got a fair chunk of rifles. Pretty reasonable by all things considered. Situation is looking very dire. Not doing so bad though. That's the kind of frag that Mongolz are looking for. Just a reminder that 910 is on the server. See the T's being very careful now. They've got nobody in long to stop the rotation from Mongolz. What do you mean rotation? Blitz will stand his ground and drop the bomb. And there's a bait set up again. Almost 2 for 1, but the bomb gets even closer. 910 suddenly comes to life. Not too late for Mongolz to mount a comeback. Azteca through the smoke. They just pressed W, Mongolz. Beautiful.
Yeah, some of these rounds have definitely felt competitive for the Mongols, even when Heroic have been winning them. So now that they're starting to get rounds on the board, Heroic's money broken again. Maybe a chance for the Mongols to build up some CT success.
No, Tech 9s are coming. There is no chance of anything but doom, demise, sadness, depression.
Big that 910 stepped up there, but might not be needed in this round as they send it to B again.
There will be no solace. They have even more utility than last time, and here they come, straight into the meat grinder. Switching for a Tech 9, he knows it's a superior weapon! Techno with all the kills that are necessary. Well, 3 of them. Mzino will get the other 2. That's a very important shutdown for them. Some much needed money built for Mongolz, ready for the Tech 9 roadmen on the B bomb site this time.
Yeah, that's good preparation. That's good awareness from the Mongols. Really nice to see that they were ready for the play this time. They figure, you know what, if Heroic's money's bad, they might just try and run another one of these fast B plays. Let's make sure we're prepared. Let's have our utility ready. Mollies, counter flashes, everything you would need. And a second player to help out so that Techno has some assistance. Right, we've got a flash and a P250. Everyone's looking at each other for ideas here.
Honestly, picking up that Tech 9 on that CT side. It's like getting the star in Mario Kart. The dude's just invincible, running around, can do whatever he wants.
Hell yeah.
Turbo mode. No Desert Eagles. No one lacking a helmet. Doesn't matter though. They'll be able to concentrate their efforts. Ooh, Techno and Hazteka will maybe do enough. Indeed they will. 3 survivors, good enough. Mongolz building some rounds now. They could still end up leading at halftime. It is possible.
Not out of the question. They have tried to be as disruptive as possible throughout this CT affair. They've done a decent job. Looks like we have a timeout from Heroic to try and make sure they can come away with the lead out of this first half. I have enjoyed from the Mongolz. I think it's Blitz and Mzinho that sometimes just seem to switch positions on the CT side. Like occasionally, Mzinho will go up towards A in bathrooms. It feels like he's got quite a free role on this team. And then Blitz is the in-game leader. I'm sure also has ideas. Maybe sometimes he wants to be in a certain position to run a certain play. But you can see Mzinho playing with a lot of freedom in some of the earlier rounds.
Mongol stickers are cheap, guys. Get in while you can. I bought mine yesterday. Honestly, how can you not be a fan of this team? Playing their own brand of Counter-Strike and really giving Heroic a run for their money here in the group stage. Connector door blown off once again. We saw a Heroic player, I think it was Yabi actually, in a CT sandwich earlier on. That's the lineup once the T start to make their way through towards short B after the incendiary. And again, they'll look to find a sandwich. And Zeno almost delivering the second. Blitz doing what he can. Got to be careful though, there is presence in Connector from Heroic. Early 4v4 will be favourable for them. And again, they're taking turns to just go fishing through that monster tunnel and then fall back.
Yeah, they're really trying to keep Heroic honest at every moment. If Heroic ever give up an area of the map, they seem to want to try and take it. Are they really going to flash over here? They don't need a flash!
Oh my god! It's so rude! He's watching the smoke and still Techno will drop him. They don't give any quarter to Heroic for free. Shush re-emerges. Now they're playing to the Mongolz tune.
I kind of love that they then put down a smoke themselves. They're like, you know, listen, you've always got to be ready.
They'll feel like they have to do this though. If Mongolz know they're not at B, they kind of have to go B, but it's working for them because Mongolz are posturing for an A defense. As Techno heads forward, it'll drop the bomb, ring the bell of Tesses as well. His teammates rotated in time, trying to plant that bomb, but they don't know. You never know if there's more Mongolz players coming. And that fear will give them the opening to make things even worse. 10 seconds for Stown to try and hide somewhere. We've seen it before. I feel like that's partly the power of these plays we've seen from Mongolz. Like when Blitz was in the long toilets, was spotted, fell back, went forward again, dropped, and hey-ho, there's an AWP around the corner, almost collects 2. They're just afraid. Is there another Mongolz player there? Had a chance to plant a bomb, but you just don't know where these CTs are.
Yeah, the Mongolz have been coming through with some really awkward timings, and I mean that in a really good way. Not awkward for them, awkward for Heroic to deal with. I love it. Embrace the awkwardness. And now they've got 6 rounds here. Down with an M4 into this one. It's also huge for them that Hazteka is top fragging. He was their lowest rated player in the play-in. Normally not someone you expect to have this performance. And Blitz farming in Connector, making it look easy in this one.
Blitz is awesome. That guy just delivers. Tessa has a lot to do. Ooh. All right then. 1 bullet remaining, made it count. As we move into the last round. Mongolz have plenty of money anyway. Multiple players on 12k or above. They'll be laughing. Don't forget to upgrade your pistols. The Galil for Stown in the last round. What a comeback from Mongolz. 6 of the last 7 rounds for them. tying the score again. It was 8-7 at half-time on Mirage. Looks like we're in for a tight game of Overpass as well. I love how 910's teammates falling back, and he's going to stand his ground. But Blitz will have an angle. Just as he fades away, you'll see a third player there. Can they sit on this advantage then? Techno and Yabi by long. Blitz dropped in the meantime. The boost is here. Techno wondering about Monster. Yabi will get domed. They could actually lead at half-time.
Yeah, that info's allowed this rotate. 2 players up to A before Heroic can make the move. This looks great for Mongolz.
Oh boy. MZno and Hazteca will finish off the job.
They stay on top of things. They don't fall on this map. And they've got their CT side to try and do it. Doolies on Yabi. And the Mongolz themselves with a P250 and 1 smoke and 1 flash.
Blitz will be the raid boss. What a great candidate as well. Going fishing past the fountain. While the team hide outside that monster tunnel. Even more monstrous in CS2. Heroic waiting to respond to anything offered by Mongolz on that B-bomb site. And again, Blitz is just going to be the journeyman. Upstairs in the meantime, creeping quietly now. Minimal warning on the way, but who strikes first? They're just continuing to edge forward. Fish in the barrel for Shush, but they've bursted out of that barrel now as the bomb site is cut in half. That was that smoke being held. Makes it really hard to push through as a tease, but a flash certainly helps. Yabi blind, Yabi gone. Just trying to do what he can, but MZno will pop him as well. Still anyone's pistol round, but Heroic on one-man work. Really needed that frag from Tesses, denied. Stown and Cadian, 2 versus 4. There are some heavily tagged players here. They're making it very hard to finish off the job. Cadian on the balcony. Stown finding something in the meantime, edging forward, rounding the corner. Down he goes though. Cadian 1v3 from above, surely not. He has Kevlar. Is it a consideration to hold on to it? Might just be. There's nothing else to get from this one. Mongolz are pulling away.
Could this be real? Mongolian fans starting to believe, maybe. Still a long way to go. But the pistol goes their way. That's the way to start it. And if they can keep that CT economy down, that's how you would like to end it if you are the Mongolz right now. Always have to remember on Overpass. Oh, what a shot that was from Shush. You have to remember on Overpass, though, that when it's an opposing team picking this map, it can be really hard if you don't have many reps in to do well on the T side of Overpass. But we did see the Mongolz play it yesterday and do a pretty damn good job. Little tag early from Cadian. Still danger in this round as Heroic have invested. These are the sorts of rounds that I feel like Heroic can just win and can really just cause issues. Just when you feel like the Mongolz have a chance to pull away, I wouldn't be surprised if Heroic pulls something out here. Always got to be ready.
They often do. And that's part of what makes them so dangerous, so strong, so winning.
Yeah, they've got really good utility as well. Like, they've still got 4 smokes they can cycle out to Monster. That could be a real way that Heroic cause issues in this round.
Winner of this match goes on to play Monty. Heard some chat in the back earlier, saying Monty will have to face Heroic after beating Gamer Legion. That might not be so true. 50 seconds on the clock. Still, these smokes persist for Heroic. Multiple ways to use them on the A-bomb site as well, between Dice and Long. As we mentioned in the first half, again, you see that oppressive smoke I'm talking about. 28 seconds on the clock. This will be somewhat nervous for Mongolz. Edging forward, you can see the pre-fire, such a strong angle. Stown playing from the truck though, 18 seconds, looking for Chaos R Heroic. Not quite working for them, they're forced away towards the back, down the stairs. No angles to stop the bomb plant. What do they choose to do now? Position's been lost. Again, they'll try to find something, maybe to be gifted something.
I think they save. We'll see. But I don't know if they can really go for this. Oh my god, what is that? What is that?
Man like Techno.
They're having fun with it now. What is happening here? Oh, and there's Mzinho, the one Mongolz player who likes to make noise. I'm just assuming it's him at this point. But yeah,
I'll tell you what's happening. Mongolz are building name value of their own. And they're showing it's not just about the usual suspects. They've put the work in. And they are leading Heroic in maps, in rounds, in style in some cases.
This is really dangerous now for Heroic, because the CT economy can easily be bruised back. In this round, they don't have much. They might go 11-7 down. And a lot of people have Heroic as the best team in the world. They're definitely one of the best teams in the world leading into this event. And yet they could be on the verge of losing their opening game of groups. Still more work for the Mongolz to do, but it's not that far off.
Again, Heroic have got to find a way to get some kills in this round. Last round, they only got the 1 kill. If the same is true here, again, that monetary pressure as they try to string some rounds together early will be very, very high. And if they capitulate, it might be game over. So this is a very urgent situation for Heroic. An aggressive play into short B will be heard. What are Mongolz doing, though? Again, Heroic have seen that there's no one towards B, and Mongolz might feel like they need to have some presence there to avoid situations like this.
Still enough time for the Mongolz, but 43 seconds. Gotta make sure you don't run into a stack late in the round. And they're doing a pretty decent job at that right now. Heroic put all their chips on the A-bomb site, and they're not going to have any chips.
Yep. They heard the flashbang towards short B and knew that their composition was compromised. Therefore, the right play for Heroic to make is to stack A. So Mongolz will drop the bomb, head towards B, rotate it over safely, and make it in uncontested.
Ooh, they could still steal guns, though, with how spread the Mongolz players are here. And that could be relevant.
Certainly.
Never
Techno
mind.
dancing. Blitz is at the back of Long after planting the bomb on B. The spatial awareness from Mongolz is really, really interesting. How they support each other, how they bait each other. Their rotations, even a scenario like this, it's very interesting. And they are vocal, and there are no kills for Heroic, which means with a full buy already, yes, there are some grenades to replenish, but Mongolz will have a full buy in the hole. Heroic are 4 rounds behind. Mongolz are 5 rounds away from winning this 2-0.
This would be the upset of the year, or up there with one of them. Exist just went over and gave his teammates some props, some fist bumps, trying to get them back in the mood. This is a big gun round for Heroic. They've got everything they could want.
It's very big. They've got $300 in the bank, Heroic. So this round might be worth 2 for Mongolz. Massive pressure for Heroic. And indeed, they will say they can do it as well. Mzinho getting cheeky. That's a promising start for Heroic.
Just the one player going in. And with the Galil, hard to win that fight against Yabi's M4. Stout is also positioned aggressively over on A long. At any moment, he might look for info. As it stands, it's still a pretty strong B setup from Heroic with 3 CTs there. And they were re-smoking Monster. No smokes remaining any longer, though. Just over a minute remaining. Stown has made that move. He's got the info that A is clear. So these B players should be well prepped on the Heroic side.
He can hold an off angle at Party in case they were to rotate out of Connector, but they are heavily focused on this B bomb site. There's time to fight on the site. But who will it favor? Techno crouching, not to show from the back, but Azteca will be spotted and swatted. 3 versus 5. There's the opening frag for Mongolz. Techno is starting to warm up now. Going for the reload, but Shush is here at the water. And in they come to trade. Down to a 2-on-2. How has it got this far? There's a smoke for 910. He can create some space. Oh, he's got to line up for the balcony, but they've got to line up for him. 10 HP, and he's trying to make it to the water, but he won't. Blitz knows where they are roughly. Coming in from the backs down, has no idea. And now he can play the bomb plant. Cadian with the AWP, jumping onto the site. Scoping in, touching the bomb. Blitz does he have the nerves of steel? He refuses to pick the bomb. Cadian's looking to track him. Blitz seems to have the idea. And this round may be already over because Cadian doesn't have a kit. All he can do now is save the AWP. He'll do that, but it's Mongolz who make it to 12 with only one heroic player surviving.
Blitz with balls of steel. I love it. These Mongolz players don't care who they're playing against. They're going to play their own way. They're not going to play scared. That is a ridiculous round win. Heroic had the whole read. They had 4 players on B. But Techno wins these fights. This double peek from both sides was perfect. And then Blitz goes all the way round. That is such a big brain clutch. And that's not easy to do against Heroic, who normally are good at outbraining opponents themselves.
3v5 was that?
It might have been.
12-7. Second timeout for Heroic. They have the AWP and they have money, which is currently together. But they cannot afford to give up too many rounds. You can always win a round with just an AWP. And that might be the play for them in round 20. Cadian's got a very good spawn to do something aggressive towards Connector. All the party area, of course. The menacing Mongolz march on, fully equipped.
This is unbelievable right now. If you have just tuned in, yes, the Mongolz are a map up. They're a man down in this round, though. Cadian using that spawn to his advantage, gets that pick in towards mid. This is where the Mongolz need to hold their nerve.
But where has the AWP rotated? They know that was the only weapon saved from the last round. Has he gone down towards B? Or is he somewhere else? Is he lurking around the toilets? Has he gone towards long? Could be very painful to find out. And if that's their only question, they may jiggle themselves to their own demise.
Beautiful.
Techno wanting to send it. Surely they're processing where Cadian could be. That's the main concern. These deagles will be dangerous though. Angles being held. Still haven't seen Cadian. Again, that's the question. And there is the answer. A painful one. 3 remain. Bomb being planted. Need to cut these numbers down, and they will. Down, trying to push the smoke and denied. Cadian could buy a AWP in the next round regardless, but 1 versus 3. It's not worth throwing away. Mongolz will move to 13. They will be 3 rounds away from a massive victory over Heroic.
I'm looking down at Heroic right now. They look stressed. They look so stressed. I'm assuming we're going to get another timeout from Exist here. He's been trying to prop them up, but it's everyone taken away. The Mongolz making a bit of noise because they are 3 rounds away from beating Heroic, and not just beating them 2-0 in the opening game of the groups here at Cologne. Techno having an incredible game. His aim is so good. He almost reminds me of Twist sometimes in the way he just bursts and hits those headshots. And now a must-win round for Heroic again. Opener for the Mongolz. The nades do it. They get a taste of revenge.
MZino, undeterred by that last round of a quick look towards short, goes again. And they know that the connector door's been blown off. Look at these grenades. The awareness, again, from Mongolz is fantastic. Tesses has nowhere to go. Stuck in this position. He'll get one for free. Timing will work in his favor. Just silently staying in the corner. Maybe Heroic have a chance. An exchange of weapons. Hasteker is low. He'll take the AWP. We've seen him with a double AWP before, but the numbers are dropping for Mongolz now. Exactly what Heroic need. They definitely need some rounds here. Yabi delivering on the B-bomb site. 4 surviving for Heroic as they move to 8.
Huge round for Heroic. They needed that. That's their first CT round win. They lost the first 5. And normally, a one-and-done position, really, that Shush is playing, you're just so exposed, you're so up out in the open, but he turns it into 2, and that sets them up marvelously. You can see here as the smoke fades, it allows him to get the drop on these players, and then the short players have to focus on Shush, and so Yabi can clean them up.
This has to be the most important round for Heroic so far. If they can eliminate Mongolz here, they will break them. And they could catch up really quickly, unless an accident happens, unless the Tech 9s come through. But this is the swing round. This is the round for momentum to keep Mongolz away from 14.
Starting to see those different setups from Heroic. They've got 3A this time, one going into connector. They like to get active on their CT side, especially on Overpass, and it works early. Shush hits the headshot.
Beautiful. Never shy to be aggressive, Heroic. Starting to come to full strength now. Tesses is in a devastating position. If he is successful here, that could be the round. That would be exactly what Heroic are looking for, what they need as well. Traded by Techno. 2v4 though, surely asking too much of Mongolz. Spent all their money in this round. Maybe space for a breather for Heroic. Such a testing series so far for them. Another sitter for Cadian. 4 alive would be stellar for Heroic, but Techno is capable of a multi-frag. 20 kills so far. Leading in the frags on the server, but Shush will deny him. Heroic on 9 rounds now. Money broken, lost bonus in the bin for Mongolz. This is the window they needed to open for themselves, Heroic.
Yeah, they would have been on the edge of their seats in earlier rounds, but now they can maybe sit back just a little. They can be slightly more relaxed in this next one. Good aggression from Tesses, just keeping them on top. Had such a big advantage immediately. But as long as they play good fundamental Counter-Strike, they knew they'd close it. Still Exist wants to take a timeout. Wants to talk to his players, make sure that they don't drop their heads for a second. This buy from the Mongols should not net much.
Yeah, at this point they have to prioritize getting their own money up. They'll be the smallest of investments to try and make it expensive for Heroic. Maybe enough util to potentially get a bomb plant, enough grenades for an airstrike. And I think that's what might be coming shortly.
If they've kept track of the economy, they've got to be ready for this.
Look at the jumping.
Oh, hang on.
Look at the jumping.
He's back, he's back.
Come back immediately.
He
was waiting for it. He knew it was coming. And in they go. The numbers game is being dealt with very handily indeed. A lightning-fast anti-eco round from Heroic. Again, minimal investment from Mongolz. A bomb plant would have been fantastic for them, but the AKs will come out regardless.
And the Heroic players look a little more relaxed now. You could see earlier they were feeling a lot of stress. They are up against a full buy here. And it is the final timeout taken by the Mongols. They've been very proactive in the way they've taken these pauses. I think this is a good time for it, though, because if you're a Heroic fan, you're really happy with the last couple of rounds, not just because they've been round wins, but partly because Heroic look like they're playing their classic style again. They're going for these aggressive maneuvers. They're going for information plays or stacks early in a round. And that's a completely different thing that the Mongols are going to have to deal with now. So I like the timing of that pause, but they've got no more left any longer.
They are short on utility, Mongolz. Yes, you can see plenty on the HUD, but there's only one incendiary. If they had a full buy with full mollies, That really compromised where CTs could defend from, but just the one might be the difference maker here. And that's going to go towards short B immediately, it looks like. Again, those early mollies towards that party, towards T-ramp rather, can mean CTs towards party. Might be a slow approach from Mongolz. As far as the upper area is concerned, they are not shy though when it comes to short B. They've been sending it time and again. Heroic, maybe with a read of their intentions. Ooh. Oh, there's the sound cue. Will they be looking for it then? Mongolz just want to they want to play their game regardless of if it's known or not. If there are mollies or not, if they miss the jump and give the game away or not, they're going to peek anyway.
It would have been so funny if he just hits a one-tap off the boost after all that info. Heroic now receding back. They were playing a little further forward on A. They're pretty happy that they can play from the bomb sites. Another smoke cycled out to Monster. 2 players stacked on the right side. Now they get aggressive, but Tesses hasn't spotted them yet.
Did he make a footstep or did they? Either way, Tesses is going to find free! Almost a fourth as well. What an overperformance from Tesses. Exactly what Heroic needed after the struggle that has been this game of Overpass. Blitz and Techno make their way forward. A fake plant, no one swinging just yet. Shots through the box as well. Oppression coming the way of Mongolz from Heroic. Down goes Techno. Blitz in the clutch now. He's been a thorn in the side. There's been many for Heroic from the Mongolz. But this is surely too much to ask. Half health, 1 versus 4. So Heroic tried to make it to 11. They're being so careful as well. They've all got kits. There's Blitz swinging on Bank, but Shush is there as a second man. And Heroic are closing that gap down to 2.
Ridiculous from Tesses. That left me speechless. I could not believe that he got away with 3 there. Such a good spray with that silenced M4. Oh, the first 2 are so nice. Even transfers for 1 more. Mongolz slightly too slow to approach on the other side. Exist giving props where it is due. And then even at the end, I love how composed Heroic were. They didn't give Blitz an inch because Blitz tried to do the right thing. He tried to look for fights, and they make sure they all come in at exactly the same time. Blitz has that hero AK again. Has been delivering, but there's not much alongside him in this one. I feel like Heroic's hearts would have been pounding earlier. Hang on. Oh. He was solo A. That could have got real sketchy.
Support is on the way. Stan and Cadian will bolster the defenses of A. So Mongolz will show a little elbow, a little shoulder for information. But Tesses is curious as well. Ooh, that certainly helps. 3 players remaining makes things very, very tough. An incendiary to limit the response. But Mongolz could still make this a nasty round. Heroic absolutely coming to life. If they go all the way, the 3rd map will be Inferno. Distraction being run in, trying to swing off of that, but Tesses will deliver. Blitz then with the AK-47, 1 versus 4, 26 seconds, flashes are up, rotations on the way in both directions. Cadian behind the truck, he spots a shadow, 20 seconds left. He's got time to do some more damage here, but Cadian won't allow it. 1 round behind. That was the hero AK. The real buy comes now for Mongolz, but Heroic have absolutely come to life. 5 rounds in a row in this half.
Just seeing the individuals step up, and Tesses especially. Looking like an assassin with that silenced M4 right now. There are a couple of AKs, but he doesn't want one. That M4A1S is looking exquisite in his hands. What do the Mongolz do? Is there a switch up? Those double mollies in mid will be smoked, but Heroic want to go aggressive, and Tesses in this position. He's got to be careful. He needs the backup here.
So painful to find out the location of a sniper, even if you're jiggling. If it is the sniper, you're often dead. Great tag and a follow-up from Tesses immediately. An early 4v4 though, made 4v3. Mongolz backs to the wall. in these recent rounds, finding a way to do something, but this can change quickly. Look at the health on Blitz and Azteca. It's not great at all.
Can they read this setup? They'll know it was only 2 on B. Do they expect the double monster stack?
They could get so many kills from this angle, though, based on the pure health of these Mongolz players. Blitz in the back with the AWP. There's 9-10 to trade, but Yabi's here as well. That's a lot of info for them. Listen to the sound cues. Azteca trying to draw him out into the angle of Blitz. He need not push now, though. Oh, so patient Blitz, but misses the shot. Now he knows where they both are. Facing with the Glock. They're both on B. Carrying the bomb. 40 seconds remain. There's a lot of pressure. Bouncing towards the site. Cadian's waiting. Clock's in his favor. And the score is tied. No bomb plant. Leaves Mongolz on about 3,600 average. Now Heroic have a chance to pull away. Such a struggle on both maps for them. But they are absolutely in charge on this CT side.
This is a buy from the Mongolz. I thought their money was going to be too bad. What a response from Heroic, though. Up in the 4-on-3 deficit, they turn it round. And yeah, this buy from the Mongolz. I don't know if I'd have gone for this. This utility is terrible. Sure, you've got decent weaponry. You don't want to burn a smoke early, really. They will get past that molly without having to burn one of them. But this might need some pace from the Mongolz here. Might need an explosive round. And up A long, it is currently exposed. That shot is a warning, and now Heroic will dip back to the bomb site.
Yeah, they know the AWP isn't there, so do they just send it? Oh, panic stations or Cadian stations. He's got the AWP. He has the range. Things getting more nervous now. Utility might be burned for Heroic. Mongolz counting the rounds remaining. Can figure out where it makes sense to buy if they plant this bomb. It's 4,200. If they don't, they could force it. They could have a 4-buy at 13-15, and we'll see what they choose to do here.
Heroic just have all the info here. They're pushed on B short. They're ready on A. They've got to be ready for this hold.
Here it comes from Mongolz. All their utility has been thrown. Cadian will be traded by Techno. MZNo's delivered as well. 4-on-3. They are low, though. It can turn around. 40 seconds. There's plenty of time to plant a bomb. It's all about the frags. 1 versus 3. Shush versus the world. They've got money for a buy, Heroic. He's got to go for this. There must be a kit somewhere on the bomb site. There it is. Techno's in the red. Has he seen Shush there? He might have. Azteca peeking first. Techno considering the trade frag, but he can't afford it. 14 HP. Stay alive for as long as possible. He'll definitely die first before Blitz. Don't line up for him, though. They have no idea where Blitz is. Smoke comes out. Shush looks behind him for that kit, and down he goes. Mongolz take the lead once more.
Heroic knew everything. They had all the info. They were pushed out through B. They had 3 stacked on A. But Cadian had no clue Techno was going to run through a molly down to 10 health and just come in with a headshot. Blitz comes through with the Galil. And even though the 1v3 comes close, Shush had no clue where this last man is. Smoke heard. Blitz peaks instantly. No hesitation. No fear. No problem for the Mongolz. Back in the lead.
Again, heavy losses for Mongolz. Again, there'll be Galil's 3,600-ish. Will leave them some shortcomings, but they might get the kills anyway. 9-10 drops Cadian, and this could be the round that breaks Heroic in this series. 5-on-3, not out of this yet. Stown and Shush on the way towards A. Yabi's got an information position towards short B, but Stown's taken down in isolation. The cards are falling for Heroic. The whole house might be on fire the way Mongolz are playing right now. Shush has got so much to do if they go A. Minute 10 on the clock. Safety in numbers for Mongolz. They've got mollies as well.
Might as well take the rotate gamble, but I don't know if Yabi will arrive in time. There is a big gap in the smoke. Let's hope that's not fake info. They're not looking. Damage onto MZNo, and Shush still here.
40 seconds. Shush coming to life now, but the trades are there in all directions. Match point for Mongolz.
They handle Heroic's aggression, and we are on the verge of one of the upsets of the year. Heroic's whole thing is they don't lose in groups. They don't get upset. And yet the Mongols have two opportunities to take the series, to take the opening match of this group against Heroic.
Stound's got $3,000.
Yeah, the buy's going to be a little short.
Shush has $34.50. How do you Heroic when you don't have all the money to Heroic? Against 2 match points for Mongolz, who are about to 2-0 the biggest name in the tournament, or one of them, one of the few at the very top. What a scalp to take. Mongolz have not been shy to play their game versus the likes of Heroic, but now it's time to win the series. Can they continue in the same fashion, or will they falter?
No damage from that nade on mid. Another one of these different setups from Heroic. This time TSS is playing in connector. He could quickly help out towards B, and Yabi's in that same spot. Oh, Mzidio! Immediate headshot, but wasn't ready for Shush, and TSS comes through connector.
Tasted their own medicine with that trade frag. And then there were 3.
How far does TSS go here? I don't think you go up the ladder. A man up, just take the possession.
If Mongolz lose this round, overtime will be looking very likely indeed. 9-10 with the AWP, and we're all tied up. That is not the bomb spotted. Heroic have sent one man into Monster so many times, it's not always the full picture.
Does Techno flank B here? Do they wait for him? They have no clue that Techno's up on this A site. The bomb might be going back.
They haven't even committed to the bomb site yet.
This is wild.
They've all fallen back. The spatial awareness from Mongolz is exquisite, and Heroic do not know if anybody is Monster just yet, but they're starting to wonder now. And Techno has such a forward position. But 9-10 is still outside Monster. 25 seconds left, and Blitz is waiting for information. He's hearing all these rotations, and Blitz is heading towards the B bomb site as Techno has just outmaneuvered them to take the balcony. This is rude. This is outrageous. This is unbelievable. Mongolz doing this versus Heroic. That bomb still needs to get to the bomb site, though. Who's going to have the angle? Oh! Cadian drops the bomb. There's still time, though, to plant it. There's one player on that bomb site. This could still go the way for Heroic. Techno has to defend. Down to... Oh, he's got to get the reload in as well. He's got a Molotov for the bomb. There's no utility for Heroic. He gets his reload in. And they are both posted up on his angle. They have no kits. Where are they going? They're expecting him to... They are completely mind-screwed. They think he's going down the stairs, but he's still on the balcony. He's got no angles. It makes no sense, but here he is, Techno, trying to drop to the water, trying to find TSS. Down he goes, loses the duel. Heroic have won the round. What is this round? This is wild. This is crazy.
We go the distance in the most ludicrous round of Counter-Strike you will see. The Mongols look like they kept their cool in the biggest round of their careers, but still, they can't get the bomb onto the site cleanly. They lose numbers. And the whiffed spray from Techno, if he maybe gets 2, it becomes easier. Couldn't do enough. And it comes down to this.
Man, Mongols were setting up for the grandest of plays, but allowing the CTs back down the stairs was one play too much. Gave them too much space. You can't give Heroic space.
B short taken. Everyone on the Mongols on the B side of the map. Do they inject some pace into the proceedings in round 30? Do they take that risk? If they did, TSS is in connector. He would very quickly flank them. They could get crunched here if they're not careful.
2 by Monster. That's quite the problem. TSS surely delivers here. Indeed he will. Charging onto the bomb site. It's clutch time for Mongols, looking for the second. They've been denied. Overtime is here. Big test passed by Heroic. Mongols still looking dangerous though. So close. So close to closing that, and you can see them thinking about it, but it's history. You can't change it. How deep can they go then? How deep can they go in overtime to take control again?
You saw Captain Cadian, all eyes were on him. Giving a little pep talk to the team because we go straight into OT. Cadian looking for initiative, won't work. Xenio taking damage on his map control. Meanwhile, TeSS is playing aggressive on long. The flash won't work. The spray, unsuccessful, but finally TeSS converts, and he can't get out safely.
Advantage, Mongolz. Down to a 3-on-3. There's some information in the short term, but there's so much time on the clock for Mongolz. There are plays to be made. They've got a great spread across the map. Has taken out. After nobody was seen outside Monster, surely has a window of opportunity. Who makes the play first? Walking into A and B at the same time. Smokes are up on long, but the bomb is not committing. A similar situation. Techno dropped. Azteca will press forward. With only 3 players and 1 so committed on long, surely A is the play. But what is the play from Blitz? Looks like Azteca's going to come in from the back. They've got the time to wait this out. Heroic trying to figure things out, committing to the A bomb site together, but they have to wonder what might be happening behind them. There's so much time. 1 spotted. Got to be careful about these angles though. Azteca up the stairs he comes. Hasn't seen Yabi just yet. By the truck! Wonderful duel 1. Down to the 1v1, but Cadian surely got the angle. And there's the first round of overtime. Heroic in the lead.
Really difficult for the Mongols to figure out how they can combine in that 2-on-3, and they still make it close. They still find a way to flank. Blitz able to come in, brings it to the 1-on-1, but Cadian had all the info needed. The Mongols still looking competitive into overtime. This is where so many teams can struggle after they haven't been able to close in regulation when you're the underdog. But the Mongols look like they're still going to put up a fight. 9-10 with the opener. Cadian looking for the fight in mid. Smoke up, but he hits the shot. And now TeSS, with a quick execution, turns it into a double. And the Mongols have so much work to do, and Cadian's gone for even more. Ludicrous.
Taking this game by the reins now are Heroic. He's back. I'll leave the translations to Twitch chat. 2 for 2 are Heroic. 17-15. Mongolz now. These kind of tests separate the champions from the rest.
I mean, when you get swept up in the chaos of this map, you almost forget if Heroic win, we go to a third. Still work to be done for that to be the case, though. TeSS's turn to go aggressive.
This time, Heroic get the early one. Didn't even get the chance to say that connector frag might have been a big one. Just dropped though, 4-on-4 for Mongolz. Heroic with a reasonable spread towards A at present. But right now, it's a 4v2 over towards B. Yabi's angle is such a strong one though. Flash is in, so is MZeno. Not for long though. Dealt with handily. And Cadian will start to rotate. TeSS left in a strong position when that clock ticks later. There could be problems. If there even is a later, might not be the way Yabi's going on. Great flashes, in control. Jump peeking while on the reload. That's all the information they need.
Just such high risk on these plays through Monster when there's that smoke up. And Heroic with a clean sweep on the CT side of overtime. One more round needed for Heroic to take us to Inferno. That would be the deciding map. And for the Mongols, are they going to fall short in overtime? This is some of that action. Shush pushed through connector. He got traded. But then high-risk play from the Mongols to try and pop towards B. And a bit of counter-aggression from Heroic pays off.
I want more rounds. Give me more rounds, Mongolz. Heroic again, prodding that B bomb site. Poking a needle in the leg. It's been a while since Mongolz were on the CT side. Will they still be warm after that difficult start? Oh, so long ago at the beginning of this game of Overpass.
I feel like a lifetime ago at this point. Orb of 910 had some difficulty on that CT side. Always so integral on Overpass where there are so many long-range angles, and he's looking for action here. Flash comes in, he turns away, just gets back to safety and goes back for the shot. Not critical on the kill though. Shush tagged down, but Blitz is there to give them the advantage.
He's got the rifle support, but does anybody have an angle on Monster? Mzino does, and he'll transfer. She's Techno with the first one, Mzino with maybe the second last one. Maybe the last one as TeSeS starts to back away. Catching the rotator, 35 seconds. Almost 8K in the bank. One of 3 tests might be in the bag. Heading towards that 20-second mark. Oh, he might need to stay alive to give Cade another AWP. Never mind. Down he goes. There'll be a trade. 2 more tests remain in this half for Mongolz. Just one thing needs to go wrong, and it'll all be over.
Love the confidence from the Mongolz, though. Taking a bit of initiative. Yeah, sure, they're playing more back towards the site, but they still look for the fights. Get into an advantageous position, and then those B-site players work together so well. Got to give them credit for that. And Heroic have to go back to the well. 2 more chances for them.
It will be such a headline for Mongolz. Such an achievement for them to 2-0. But the difficulty has been cranked up to nightmare mode by Heroic. And Zeno poking around short B. Minute 20 for Heroic, still with 2 mollies. And again, back on their usual BS, sending one person into Monster to have a look. Techno's elevated though, grenades coming his way. Did Yabby see him fall back to the pillar? Either way, Heroic might retract it. Where are you off to, Blitz?
Hello. If they can stall Monster, that flank could be deadly.
Oh boy.
He's going to hit TeSeS behind him.
Oh, Mzino, TeSeS, Blitz. Oh boy. There's Canadian as well. Like, oh no! I've made a terrible mistake! The HE grenade as well, but he swings with it. He didn't need to. He's dropped. And that loses the bomb for them. Still a 3 versus 2. 30 seconds on the clock. 9-10 up top. TeSeS will surely be heard towards Monster. Swinging his way in. Focus on the barrels. Bombs lost again. Shush in that short B position. 9-10 can start rotating now. 20 seconds won't be needed. Mongolz 2 for 2. 1 more to go.
Blitz is an absolute beast. How does he stay so composed in those positions? I'm not going to take the kill on TeSeS. I'm going to wait for 1 more man, drop the bomb, and completely screw you over.
That 180 is like, nope. I opened the wrong door. Couldn't close it though. Monster Smoke is out again.
This is impressive from the Mongolz. I thought they would just fall once Heroic started coming through in overtime, but they have stayed on top of it.
So important that they don't. For themselves, for people from their region, from other regions, from further away. It's inspiring, this performance we're seeing from Mongolz.
Is this faster from Heroic? Everyone grouped to B. They've got to be ready.
Flashes are here, and they're looking for these kills. There's flashes all over the shop, and this is surely it. Techno has got so much to do, but it is Techno hiding behind the smoke, free-firing, trying to find TeSeS. Keeping his team in the fight. Blitz sees 1 towards short. Molly off the angle for now. 9-10 is here, doesn't care about the mollies. Having a quick look, 9-10 survives, down to a 2-on-2. Bomb planted, they're coming for him, but his angle is so good, doesn't deliver. He knows where both of them are. Blitz knows that they're both there. He can go for the straight defuse there, tagging Cadian down. Does he go for it though? Cadian swinging wide, whereas the last player misses the grenade on the balcony. He knows where he is. TeSeS dropping to the water. He's got to find the defuse, and we are not done yet.
How do they always turn it around? That is absolutely ridiculous. Heroic decide to push into CT. They push into the AWP. And Blitz says, oh, you're too far. I know it. Calculated to a T. And Heroic themselves lose 3 map points, and we go again. Techno as well with those 2 kills. That's the only reason there's even a chance in this position. And the reroute to heaven, it was such a big risk. We're back into it straight away. No rest for the wicked. That's gotta feel rough for Heroic. The map in the palm of their hands, it slips through. And they're gonna take their time at the start of this one. Not injecting the pace this time. Yabi's looking for something at Monster. Decides to tuck back. In the meantime, Blitz playing forward in bathrooms, but his AWP's not with him right now. Looks like it's really just a feeling out process across the map for both teams. The Mongolz staying so composed in the biggest game of their careers. That's a shot landed and a frag converted. Shush not able to get anything on the Mongolz side. He gets both of them out of there. And that might be the round done already.
Scrambling for position on the stairs. Not much for Mongolz to do, really. 3v5. Jumping through the smoke to his demise is Azteca. There's just nothing to be done. Full buy on the CT side's about 6k, so they may not want to throw these rifles away, as there are more rounds to be played in this second overtime.
Are they trying something sneaky?
Oh,
Heroic's
my God.
leaving. They're leaving. No, there can't be time. Get a smoke. Hail Mary. Nope. Denied.
I respect it.
Honestly, you get so much money with the 12.5k. I think it's fine. I think it's very hard to have economy issues in OT. Maybe the AWP can be the one thing.
Decided there was nothing to lose, but the same is true for Heroic as well.
A couple of them did leave the bomb site for, honestly, not much of a reason. But I think you're almost just playing on autopilot and thinking, we've got to save our guns.
It's what we do.
It is what you do. Heroic 1 round up then. Bit of a non-starter for the Mongolz in that one. Switch up for the CTs here. 4B early, the AWP of 9-10, switching up his position. He wants to go aggressive onto short, and he's taken so much damage running through the flames.
Wow.
But look at the map control he's got for it.
This is...
oh, Yabi's in the smoke on short, though.
unorthodox. Oh, he's hit the tag. He's got the clue. Techno, he's done so much damage already. 9-10 in that short B position has been dropped. Love how funky it is. That's a big frag. Blitz is in that important position holding down the A bomb site. You can see him on the radar in the meantime. They're looking for info, but again, Yabi doesn't have the angle, but neither does Azteca. The stalemate as far as information goes towards short B. Who moves first, though? Surely Yabi would be the one in trouble. That's a sound cue for him. Now, he must know that they haven't seen him in short B, but is there a play to be made with that information? Again, poking in Monster. They don't have position elsewhere, and Blitz knows that, more or less. Ooh, he's seen nothing just yet. And in they go again, 40-second mark, 3 in Monster. Yabi still lurking, Techno dancing, showing elbow, getting the information. MZino will do what he can, into the water he goes, he's in trouble. Help is a long way away. See the rotation and connects up, but the bomb's in the water, and Yabi's stuck in short B. Blitz doesn't need to engage this, or maybe he does now. Azteca's been dropped, but MZino's on the bomb site. But they found the angle. Blitz, speaking of angles, 14 seconds to plant this bomb. He must have been hurt. He must have made a step. That is such a risky play, and Yabi won't have any of it. 20 rounds for Heroic.
No clutch for Blitz this time. I think there must have been some communication that one of them was low. Maybe he thought he could just molly that bomb planter and try and delay long enough, but that jump is just so dangerous. You give everything away. It's a little too easy for your opponents to find you. Still a competitive round from MZino. But Yabi closes it. And so Heroic, 2 rounds up. Still enough money for the Mongolz with that extra cash in OT. 910 even getting that AWP into his hands. Connector push early, a bit of damage done. Blitz thinking about going into position. Meanwhile, Yabi was also looking for fights. Action all over the place at the start of this round.
Yeah. So lacking in usage on this occasion, but not lacking in timing.
What?
Oh boy. That can be followed up upon. Well, 910's in there with an AWP. It's going to be hard to find 2 kills. Creeping into the bomb site now. Techno is here. But here come more. Stout getting traded. Bomb is in B. Shush trying to do what he can. Showing some presence. Cadian around connector for the time being, and Shush is out of there. He's retrieved the bomb. He's rescued the bomb. There's a minute as we reset.
Got to be ready for an AWP on A though. And Heroic have very little utility. So there's a good chance that 910 could get something done. The tricky thing is, I don't know if he'll be ready for A long here. Cadian's here so quick.
This is crazy.
Oh, he hasn't seen him. What? That's an insane reaction. 910 not able to get more done. It's into a 2-on-2, and that bomb will be planted on the truck.
1 kit onto MZeno, the half-health player. Again, things lacking in this last round for the CTs, and down he goes. Azteca will collect it in this 1v2. But it looks like Mongolz might go 0-3 again. Just waiting for Azteca to peak. Shush will do the job, finish off the job, and give Heroic 3 game points again. Surely it doesn't go wrong this time.
3 map points for Heroic, but they know nothing is settled yet. Oh, Shush is so lucky to get away with that. Blitz just thought he already had the kill. Flicked back. Remember, we've had all those timeouts used by coaches, so it is just pure players on the server, pure Counter-Strike. And the Mongols need to dig deep here. 3 T rounds required for another OT.
Cadian was such a nuisance around that party area in the last overtime that Heroic were on the CT side. A different makeup on this occasion. Tessus went aggressive, has fallen back already. Mongolz will start to spread. Short B in the control of Heroic, but Yabi and Cadian will fall back and have eyes towards Monster. All pressure on Mongolz. Been a great series so far. Again, finding out where Cadian's AWP is might be the difference maker that puts Mongolz down. You start jiggle peeking angles and Cadian's the one that's there, you're going to be in a lot of trouble.
Oh, the bomb. The bomb just got put on the ground by Tessus. He's got full control of the bomb on the CT side, and that has really put a problem in the Mongols' plans. They've got to work so hard to get that back.
Oh, Yabi's run straight through Monster as well. He knows they can't afford to have lurkers when they've lost the objective immediately. Tessus with 2, Thorn in the side once again. And it looks like the end of the line for Mongolz. They don't have the time to solve this problem. Techno jiggling on the corners. And 910 now will be the last one to fall. A very tough game for him.